You don't hear.
Did Jacque watch the London lecture?
The voice was very bad, so we waited. We're going to wait until maybe there's a better tape of it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't hear it.
We were. They basically said, yeah, the quality wasn't all that great, but
PJ was going to send us a transcript.
Excellent. But yeah, this is what they're actually seeing. It's much better. You can say they said you guys look great. So, what would be the motive in the new scheme for those to work? How would the Venus Project tackle those that are non-compliant?
We don't need to tackle them. They can live their own lifestyle. They don't have to join us. There's just great advantages for them if they join with us. More resources available.
Mm-hmm.
There may be nations that may not want to join with us, but sooner or later the output will be so high the public will demand that they join.
Mm-hmm.
Not immediately. And what we do is we don't try to force anybody into this way of thinking. We present it and we ask if they'd like to join and work with us. That's all. We don't order people around.
Okay.
It's not a dictatorship.
That's what I figured.
The motivation, I think, is the higher standard of living. You know, no war, no poverty. That's not motivation enough. And if they don't see that improvement quick enough, then if there's not enough reinforcement, then I don't think people will go along with it. But
what would the Venus Project do about overpopulation?
Well, we can't do anything about it. We can merely say that the carrying capacity of the Earth can support so many people in a given area unless new technologies come in, like nanotechnology, where it's possible to support more people. But you can't, if you exceed the carrying capacity of the environment, you're going to have malnutrition and many other problems, having nothing to do with our decisions. If we support science, technology, research, we can have a higher standard of living for everyone on Earth. Imagine the cost of armies and navies of all nations were not a threat to one another. What the energy that they would save and the lives is enormous. We live in a very primitive type society. A lot of people think we're already civilized. Being civilized is an ongoing process. We never arrive at the best way of doing things. We arrive at the best way of doing things with present-day knowledge. People think that I'm advocating utopia. I don't believe there is such a thing. I think that every city design can always undergo change. If you take, for example, your laptop computer 10 years ago or 5 years ago, it's moving and changing continuously. All things change. That's why there's really no such thing as intelligent people. There are people that are better informed than others. There are people that have more information in a given area than others. But no one ever achieves perfection because there's no such thing. What we do is design a city that's more effective, more humane, and humans have more access to the necessities of life. But there's no such thing as a final frontier or final achievement or best architecture. It's always undergoing change.
Okay. They're thanking you for their answers, and they're saying that they understand. They said, let's see, I would like to visit the Venus Project at some point, but I saw it's up for sale. Is it still open for tours, and how long do you expect to be there?
It is up for sale, and we're still doing the tours. We have no idea how long we'll be here because it depends on if and when we can sell. Things
Even if we
well.
sell it, we intend to remain here for several months.
Well, 2 months we're going to try and get. It just depends on who buys it. But we'll be continuing our work no matter where we go.
Okay, excellent. Thunder is saying, Jacque and Roxanne, there has been recent talk that what we're doing is attempting to overthrow the government. Well, I disagree on that being what you advocate. Others say that's exactly what we are doing. What are your thoughts?
Well, we have no intention of overthrowing the government. It's a self-acting system. The system itself is overthrowing itself. It's failing in most areas. And the bailout is not going to work.
We're not advocating doing away with anything. We're just proposing an alternative, positive direction to work towards when this system collapses. We think it's collapsing on its own weight.
They're asking, where do you guys plan on going after you sell the site?
We have no idea. When we know we've sold it, then we're going to take a couple months to go look around. Probably a country with lower cost of living. That's all we know right now.
We will build a city anywhere in the world, Venus Project, because remember, it is not a national project. It's an international project. We want to invite all nations to join with us and share the Earth's resources with everyone. In other words, we want to move toward a resource-based economy. Do away with money. That is, when I say do away with money, to outgrow the need for it. To make all the resources available to all the nations of the world. To share and declare all the Earth's resources as the common heritage of all the world's people. Anything less than that will produce the same problems over and over again. You cannot attain peace when few nations control most of the Earth's resources.
How do you build your homes for people today? What is the process? What kind of house technology should we use to maintain a sustainable life?
Well, it isn't the building of houses. You have to build a city with built-in transportation, just like elevators in a tall building, take you to any office on any level of the building. So we hope to build cities that would be basically circular in design with transveers. We call them transveers because they travel circumferentially, vertically, and horizontally to take you anywhere within the city, and there's actually no need for automobiles. In the center of the city, you have resource access, meaning food, shopping, all that's available without a price tag. So we don't hope to build individual buildings as such. We hope to build a city system with the schools and everything essential in the middle of the city. And all of the districts that surround the city are the same distance away from the center. So, but if you live in a conventional city, say like suburbia, you have to drive in different directions. You have to drive in one direction to take your kids to school, another direction for shopping, another direction for medical care. All our essential industries would be in the center of the city. So everyone has equal access. The city would be built of new materials. Some of them would be shape memory alloys, in which the building is designed and manufactured as a dome in some instances, and then it's flattened out. And if we have to ship, say, 10,000 houses to India, we'd ship them flat and then connect 2 electrodes to them or run heat through them, and they will go back to the original shape they were formed in. That is the way you can turn out thousands of houses and ship thousands of houses without taking up space.